I'm really looking forward to this, being at the Sydney Opera House, watching my daughter perform. I'm back at Sunshine Coast Airport, and this time I'm flying Jetstar to Sydney. I've only flown Jetstar once, and that was back in New Zealand. Finish off my breakfast now. Birch and muesli, probably the cheapest breakfast at the airport, but also sustenance to keep me going for a few hours. Oh, that's a bit cold. I have to drink that fast. This is the Albero American Plaza in Sydney. It acknowledges the contributions of Spanish and Portuguese to Australia's history. I need to walk around the corner from this though, from here to find my next bus. It's 10 to 12 and it's taken me about 2 hours to figure out the bus system here in Sydney. Apparently the train systems are under maintenance or being upgraded today, but the last time I was here they said that. There's my view. It was cheap accommodation in the middle of Sydney. It'll do the job. And now let's go and find a coffee and plan the rest of my day. But tonight I have to make sure that I'm at the Sydney Opera House by a show at 6 p.m. I'm really looking forward to this, being at the Sydney Opera House, watching my daughter perform. Whoops, wrong way.
Same lady. But he learns new things. This is not working out for you and me today. Hello, you doing? What do you think, William?
It wasn't meant to be there. It was a bit weird that you couldn't open it though.
Yeah.
So maybe it was meant to.
Well, that was lunch, and that cost $33. Focaccia bun, coffee, and something sweet. $33. Classified Tarara, 1889. "56 metres high, that spire is. Admire the architecture and the age of some of these buildings. So the Hunter Bailey was built in 1886, between 1886 and 1889. That's quite impressive. Now the style of the Hunter Bailey is the Gothic revival, emerged in the mid-19th century, repopularising medieval Gothic architecture. And featuring that 56-metre sandstone spire, it is one of the tallest buildings in New South Wales. It was named after John Hunter Bailey, who was a Scottish merchant and banker. The church was funded by his widow, Joanna, in his memory. I'm doing a walk around Annandale as there are some historic buildings of interest here. Apparently Annandale is known as the Witches. Johnston Street is sometimes called Witches Street because of a distinctive row of Victorian Gothic houses built there in the late 1800s that look like something out of a fairy tale or a Gothic novel. I got distracted and found a quiet walkway that looked like it was in the shade. White Creek is a natural wetlands area which includes 20 pools and salt marsh surfaces. These are important for their role in filtering stormwater, providing habitat for native wildlife and supporting biodiversity within the urban area. I'm quite keen on seeing these witches' houses or the architecture of what's called these witches' houses. So I'm heading back to Johnston Street now. These suburbs feature a mix of architectural styles, including Victorian-era homes, terraces and more modern renovations. This large brick school building is Annandale's public school. Originally built in 1886, it's made of brick and stone. Oh look, these guys are getting ready for Halloween. How cool! The Witches Street houses are a group of large Victorian... That one again. The Witches Street houses are a group of ornate Victorian-era houses, mansions built along the upper section of Johnston Street. The typical addresses for these key houses are 258 to 272, and that is 258. These houses were developed during the late 1880s by John Young as part of his vision of a model township of the Annandale Ridge. Why the Witch's nickname? Well, the name comes from steep spires, towers and pointed roofs of some of the houses which are likened to witches' hats. The Abbey, 272 Johnston Street, built by John Young, and also to lure his wife to return from the UK to live with him in Australia. Sadly though, she died whilst on a ship bound for Australia. Now that beautiful property behind me is 272 Johnston Street. It's also known as the Abbey, built between 1881 and 1882 by John Young, who was an immigrant English builder. He purchased the land in 1877 and planned the area as a kind of garden suburb, which includes a wide boulevard aiming to rival Sydney's finer suburbs. The house is designed in a variation of Victorian Gothic style. Architecturally, it includes distinctive features such as a copper-clad tower, which you can see right there, carved stone gargoyles, stained glass archways and locally rare construction materials for its time. These neighbours have got the best view. This house is a part of a group of about 8 residences around this area. From 1887, the ballroom and stables were converted and used as a boarding house. The building has ghost stories attached, such as a lady in white in the tower. The mysterious lady in white made herself known by roaming around the tower. It has been referred to as one of the best Gothic reviving homes in this area. In 1924, the mansion was subdivided and converted into flats. In 1959, the house was rescued and purchased. It took 2 decades to restore the abbey to her former glory. This house backs onto Piper Lane, so I'm going to duck in behind here and see what the back streets look like. This cool mural by artist Samira Saliba on the side of this building on Johnston Street is titled A Tale of Two Cities. It portrays a street scene with signs pointing to Mexico and Australia, blending elements of the two cultures, creating a visual narrative that connects the two locations. That Jeep must break down also. That's a Mason's symbol, I think. It was originally built as a Masonic hall and is now the Annandale Galleries. Well, that's me, all glammed up and ready to go. I'm off to see Rent musical at Sydney's Opera House. Need I say more? Opened in 1973, the Sydney Opera House was designed by Danish architect Jorn Utzon. The sail-like shells took 14 years to build and transformed Sydney Harbour into a global symbol of creativity and architecture. This view looks away from Sydney's Harbour Bridge. Does she look familiar? The building shapes are inspired by soaring white sails, seashells and ocean waves. Each sail is created from sections of a sphere, built with thousands of concrete panels with over 1 million shimmering tiles that catch the light. The shapes were designed to feel alive, changing with the sun and sky, a symbol of Sydney's creativity and spirit. Thank you for sharing one of my proud parent moments. Remember, join the journey, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.